It's time. It's class time. Let's do it. Core class, power abs. Join me, 30 minutes of power abs class. Modify this class as needed. My name is Dara. We have 30 minutes. We're going to start off in standing. Take it down to the ground for a little bit of power abs, a little circuit. Hopefully you can see me. My dog might join at any point in time. If you see a husky, that's him. Let's start off in standing. We're going to go through a quick little yoga warm-up. Nice, easy, mellow. Again, take this, listen to your body, move however you need to do, modify as needed. Ask me questions afterwards in the comments. Subscribe to the channel to get notifications. I try to do live class every week. Join me. Ideal for some core strength, some mobility, flexibility. Start off reaching your arms up high to the sky. And let's just start off nice and slow. First round, we're just going to be in standing, just stretching our body out. Just checking in with your body. Use this first round to just kind of check in. How's your back feeling? How are your legs? How has the week been treating you? Take one more breath here, reaching up high. Exhale, forward fold. We have 30 minutes to get through a lot of stuff. Knees are nice and soft. And just let the lower back get a nice gentle stretch here. Letting the arms dangle, maybe lean side to side. Nice and mellow. Take one more breath here. On your next inhale, halfway lift, flat back. This is your hip hinge. Flat back position. Straighten those knees out. Give your hamstrings a nice little stretch. Pull the belly in. Abs are engaged. Hold it here. One breath. Exhale, hands come down. Step back into plank. We do have a few planks today, not too many though, so let's take advantage. Let's get some nice shoulder strengthening as well as core strength. Core and shoulder is colder. Hold it here, spread your fingers wide, push away from the mat for one breath. Brace with your abs, tuck your chin in. Exhale, knees down, slowly lower chaturanga. Uncurl your toes. Set yourself up for this little baby first back bend, nice and mellow. Inhale up. Again, we're starting off gentle, right? Pull the shoulders down your back. Open up your chest. Give your back some nice extension here. Hold it for one breath. Exhale back down. Uncurl your toes. Use your hands. Push yourself up high to the sky. Bring your hips up high, downward dog. This should just feel like a nice, good stretch. Spread your fingers wide. Bring that booty up high. Pedal your feet out. Give your calf and your ankles some nice mobility here. Your downward dog, drive the hips up high, flatten out that upper back, right? This should look like a little triangle. Again, I'm really pressing away from the mat. Strong shoulders here. Take one more breath. Pedal those feet. Let's go through this whole flow again. Walk your feet up to your hands. Rolling up slowly, one vertebrae at a time. Head coming up last. Articulate through your whole spine. Get everything moving. Inhale, reach. Inhale through the nose. Exhale it out, forward fold. Bring it all the way down. Knees are soft. Hang out here. Shake it out. Yoga is for everybody, right? We're just using this nice little vinyasa warm-up to get our body moving. Nice little mobility warm-up. Inhale, halfway lift. Flat back. You don't need to be great at yoga to add a little bit into your training. Hands come down, step back into plank. Strong plank here. Strong shoulders. We have a little bit of planks today, but not too many, so let's take advantage now. Get some shoulder work in. Brace with your abs, tuck your chin in. Exhale, lowering either knees down or all the way down, chaturanga. Great way to work on your chest and shoulder strength. Uncurl your toes. Inhale, up dog or cobra. If you want to come all the way up and this feels good on your lower back, now is your chance. This should never feel pinchy. It should feel really nice on that lower back, like you're getting some nice extension. Brace with your abs just a little bit. Support your lower back. Pull the shoulders down. Enjoy this stretch. This should feel great. Last breath here. Bring yourself down, downward facing dog. We only have one more round after this and then we're moving on. Moving on, guys. Drive your booty up nice and high. Stretch out those hamstrings. Pedal those feet. Give your calf and ankles a nice stretch here. Downward dog is one of my favorite stretches for my cyclists and my runners. It's a great way to get everything on the back side of that body nice and stretched, especially your calves and ankles. So if this is an available pose to you, if this feels okay, and you're a runner or cyclist, it's a good one. Walk the feet up when you're ready. Rolling up slowly, head coming up last time through. Then we're moving on to chair pose. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, forward fold. Knees are soft. Hang out. One breath. Inhale, halfway lift. This is your hip hinge, your deadlift position, hinging at the hips. Hands come down, step back into plank last time through. Tall plank here. Belly is engaged, abs are bracing. Slowly lower yourself down, chaturanga. Strong shoulders, work it. Up dog or cobra, enjoy this back bend. We never get enough of this, right? We're always flexed forward. So enjoy this extension in your spine if this feels good. We'll do a little bit more after we do our chair pose as well. Exhale it back down. Push yourself back in downward dog. I want to hang out in downward dog for a second. So before we jump into our chair pose, which is our air squat basically, let your heels just drop in downward dog. If you're like me, which you probably are, your heels may not touch the ground all the way, but let's work on that. So just nice and gently, just let your heels just kind of relax. Feeling a good, this should feel good, by the way, a good little calf stretch in downward dog. I want you to bring your arms nice and wide, maybe bring those hands a little bit further in front of you. We're gonna widen our downward dog. And just settle down here for a second. So let's just take another breath in downward dog. Let our calf, our ankle, hamstrings, everything just stretch. Press the fingers into the mat. Now, before we come up into our chair pose, I want to just rock forward and back from our plank into our downward dog. So in order to do that, you're going to need to get a little bit wider because I want you to finish so that your hands are stacked right over your wrists, not like way in front. So your finishing point is going to be here, and then you're going to exhale it back. And just go back and forth a couple times. So this is a great way to work on a little bit of shoulder mobility, a little bit of shoulder strength, a little bit of core strength. If you want to add on, you want to make it a little bit more spicy, add some obliques, reach with that left hand to that right shin across. So add a little bit, exhale, rotate. So I'm just adding a little bit of oblique work. If you don't want to do that, that's okay too. You can just hang out in downward dog. You can always hang out in child's pose, right? You can do whatever you want. This is your class. Listen to your body, modify as needed. We're gonna just do a few more like this, and then we're gonna come into chair pose, finishing off our standing sequence before we get into that power abs circuit. We have 3 exercises today. They are all challenging. I will show modifications. Let's do 2 more here. 1 more. Walk your hands back to your feet. Let's come up into standing. Let's review our chair pose. Again, I tend to cue this a little differently because I realize, a lot of us don't have really flexible hips. So when you come into chair, I want you to take a nice wide stance. Give your hips some room because I really want you to work on your depth. In other words, get your butt as low as you can in this chair pose. Not a lot of people can get very low. So widen your stance. Give yourself some support. I want you to think about when you get into chair, I also want you to think about driving your knees out. So engage your glutes, squeeze that booty, draw the arches up. That's gonna pull you out into this position, not here, right? Engaging those glutes. That's gonna, not only is it gonna engage your glutes, but it's gonna help stabilize and support your lower back. So inhale, reach arms up to the sky. Exhale, sink low into chair. Take this nice wide stance. I'm giving you a side view. I'm giving you a side view because I want you to maintain this nice flat back position. I don't want you to end up here. So here, right? Abs are braced. Bring your arms lower if you cannot maintain this flat back position, right? So you can always come scarecrow or here or here. Hold it here, get nice and low. Again, draw the knees out. Pull the arches up, active feet. All of my weight is in my heels, but my whole foot is planted. So I'm sinking back, right? My butt's not way high in the air like this. I'm low. My whole foot is planted, but my weight is back into like a back squat. Hold it here for 4. For 3, a lot of things to think about, right? For 2, this is a really functional movement. How many times do you need to do this when you're on your bike or sitting or squatting, or getting out of a chair or car or whatever. Inhale, reach to the sky, shake it out. We're gonna do that again. Shake those legs out. Exhale, forward fold. Now this is just really your body weight squat, is our chair pose. Nice, beautiful warm up, way to get those hips, glutes activated. Roll back up, let's do it again. Thinking about engaging those glutes, activation, bring the knees out. Squeeze that booty. Pull the arches up. Inhale, reach to the sky. Exhale, sink low. Chair pose. Again, don't lose it in the back. Brace with your abs. I cue flat back. Really, it's neutral. But most of the time when I say flat back, people just understand that better. So just realize that. We don't have actually a perfectly flat back. But that's what I want you to envision in your mind, is that we're not letting this big arch happen. We're not really like dipping, spilling forward. So brace with your abs. Fix your arm position. If you're so tight here that you're arching, bring your arms lower. We're all built differently. Hold it here for 4. For 3, brace your abs. For 2, 1, inhale, reach to the sky. We've got one more. I'm gonna keep it simple today. We're just gonna do these basic chair poses. Sometimes I'll change it up, make it harder. But I kind of feel like I just wanna keep it simple today. Let's just perfect. There is value in perfecting the basics, your squats and your deadlifts and your push-ups and your planks. Inhale, reach to the sky. Last time. Try to get lower. That's gonna be your goal today. Your objective is really work on the depth. Without going into pain, I really want you to see how low you can go with this. Really engage, activate your glutes, brace with your abs, eyes are looking forward. Pull those shoulders down your back, engage your lats, big muscles going down the back. Draw the arches up. Booty stays low for 4. We're almost done here. 3, 2, 1. Roll back up, shake it out. Let's come down onto the mat. Let's do a little bit of cat-cow before we get into our core work. Cat-cow, again, let's focus on a lot of flexion and extension in the spine, nice and healthy way to mobilize the spine. One of my favorites. I will say this over and over and over. It's really fun to do these really exciting poses, but sometimes the basics are still the best. If you like your cat-cow pose and you like your air squats and all that stuff, they are valuable. Keep them in your routine. It's good to change it up, but it's also good to have some really good foundation movements. Inhale, exhale, arch. Get that whole thoracic spine, that mid-back moving, rib cage opening and moving. All this stuff needs to move and be supple. Let's do a few more, and then we're gonna be on our back for this core series. We have some obliques, we have some lower abdominal work, we have some crunches, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. Right, really getting multifaceted with our core. Everything is your core, right? It's not just your abs. Let's do one more cat-cow. All right, coming on to our back. We're gonna start with bicycle crunches. Super easy, right? Let's work on some extension in the legs with our bicycles. So in other words, I don't want this like little tiny movement. Let's focus on a little bit of nice extension. I want you to think about, you're gonna start now, right? This is our first move. I want you to think about a lot of things with your bicycle. Make these all intentional. So we have 3 moves in this circuit, little power abs circuit here. We're gonna jam through. We're not gonna take a lot of breaks. So you take breaks whenever you need to. This first round is longer. I want you to think about rotating through with these bicycle crunches right through that belly button. That's gonna be your axis of rotation. So it's not about yanking your shoulder or your neck. For the neck position, I want you to think about keeping that chin tucked in. That's me using my PT voice. We wanna keep our neck from getting like really strained. Right, tuck the chin in. And I want you to think about really pushing your head back into your hands, not just like holding it up here, tensing it, right? If you push that head back into the hands, you're probably gonna take a little bit of the stress off of your neck, right? So a lot of times with some of this core work, people are like, oh, well, my neck just hurts at the end, right? So modify, support your head, support your neck, tuck the chin in, take a break if you need to, right? That's the other thing. And then extend those legs. Really focus on rotation and extension and work it. We've got a long set this first round. So this is our longest set. Getting the hard stuff done first. It'll get easier. So we have these, we have a crunch next, and then we have a hold. Challenging hollow body hold, which I will show options for. This is one of my favorite moves. It's also one of the hardest. But again, modify as needed, work up to it. I'll show different options. Let's do a few more here. Burn it out. Obliques, across, across, across. In 4, in 3, in 2, in 1, relax. Now for this next crunch, you're gonna do an elbow to knee crunch. Now you can modify this and just do a basic crunch. If you're doing the full version, you're aiming for elbow reverse crunch. So my butt is coming off the floor with this reverse crunch. Here, exhale, crunch. We're gonna change this in our next 2 rounds, but for this round, I really want you to focus on, they don't need to touch, but that's what you're aiming for, right? Elbow, crunch, crunch. Exhale. It's that slight little lift. I'm bringing my butt off the floor. Crunch. These are hard, right? That lower abdominal work. Lift that butt up using your pelvic floor. Squeeze. Lower abdominal, squeeze. A lot of stuff is happening here. Upper body's well. Now, again, like I said, if your neck is just like, ooh, I don't like this, then just do the lower, right? Totally fine. We're gonna do this in our second round anyway, so you got options. You always have options. A lot of value in creating this tension here in our abs. Squeeze. Lift. Again, this is our longest set. You have a lot of things that you can play with. Even if you're doing some basic movements like your squats and your deadlifts, you can always change the speed, the intensity, the depth. So you've got options, even if you're doing some basic stuff. 4 more. 3, 2, 1, relax. Shake those legs out side to side. So we have a hollow body hold last. This is challenging. This is should feel sort of like a reverse of a plank. In other words, my lower back is gonna press down, my arms and legs are gonna hover and hold. We're gonna do 30 seconds of that. Now I want you to pick your option, pick your level. Level 1 of your hollow hold is gonna look like this, your Pilates, your hundreds position. This is easiest. Harder, legs extend. Hardest, arms and legs extend. Now, if you're doing whatever version you're doing, your lower back needs to be glued to the ground. Like, I mean glued. There's no space there, right? That is gonna strain your lower back. So you see people doing these things and they're arching and there's this gap here. You are putting a ton of stress on your back. So the point of it is maintain that stability here while the arms and legs are out. So let's do 30-second hold in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift and hold at 30 seconds, longest 30 seconds of your life. That's what it feels like to me. Brace. I'm thinking about bringing my rib cage down. That's the other part. And when you bring this part down here, that's going to help you stabilize here in the lower back. So connect. Connect that front body. We've got 10 seconds. And then we're done with this round. In 3, 2, 1, back down. Beautiful. Bicycle crunches. This should feel easy now, right? So easy. Oh, all I got to do is bicycle? Oh, that's so easy. Take this at your own pace. Again, these next 2 rounds are going to be speedier. We're not going to be doing this as long, so it should feel like a breeze. Breathe, 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 breathe. I cannot emphasize that as enough for a lot of these exercises. Really focusing on getting your abs braced, engaged, but ability to breathe underneath that. It's not about breath holding. Use the breath. So we've got our bicycles, we've got our reverse crunch, and then we've got 1 more hollow body hold. We've got 3 rounds, so this is our second round. We're speeding through this. You don't need to do abs for an hour to have a strong core. Make it efficient and effective, right? 10 more. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Reverse crunch. I'm changing that reverse crunch. Now you have options. If you want to do this version, just like this, totally fine. If you want to make it harder, reverse crunch, tap. Bring those legs down, but keep that lower back pressed down. So reverse crunch, tap. If you want to lift your head up, you can do that as well. Exhale. It's that little squeeze. Squeeze lower abdominals. Lift that hip up. Lift it up. Lift. Lift. We've got our hollow body hold, second round, and then we're kind of going to finish with our third round, and then we'll have some time for stretching at the end. Maybe a little bit of lower back. Last few here. Exhale, lift, squeeze. Squeeze. 2 more. 1 more. Whew. I don't know why that one felt so hard today. Let those knees rock side to side. We're moving. We're moving into our hollow body hold, you guys. Let's do it in 3, in 2. Get ready. Not taking a lot of breaks today. We've got a lot to cover. 30-second hold. Stay strong. Press that lower back down. Tuck that chin in. Lock in everything like a brick in the front side of the body to stabilize the lower back. Tight abs, breathing. Almost done here. Less than 10 seconds. And then we've got our last round. I see the finish line. 3, 2, 1, rest. Last time, bicycle crunches. Have fun with this, right? Maybe you go slower, maybe you go faster, whatever. Focus on that rotation. Focus on like, even if you're fatigued, it's not about the neck. Really rotate from here, extend. Last set of crunches coming up next. We're going to do an upper body crunch. Leave the lower out of it. And then we've got one more hollow body hold. For 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Almost done. 4, 3, 2, 1. Whew. Reverse crunch now into upper body crunch. So you can be here. You can be here. You can be here. I kind of like this position. I don't know why. It kind of just feels nice when I do my crunches this way. I don't know. It's like, I guess because it's like closer and bring my knees almost to my elbows. This is just your crunch. Focus on rib cage down. Exhale as you crunch. Connect. Connect. There is a lot of value. People are like, oh, crunches, they're so lame. They're not lame. This is one of my favorite exercises to help people create that connection. People have lost a lot of this connection in the front. If you don't have it here, your lower back is getting uncontrolled and unstable. So focus on zipping this down and zipping this closed. We're going to do that next when we hold our hollow body hold. So really connect. Exhale. Exhale. 4 more. 4, 3, 2, 1. Hollow body hold. Last time. Make it amazing in 3, 2, 1. Hold it. Whatever version you're doing, remember, you can always do it here. You can always do it here. You can bring the legs higher is easier. Lower is harder. This is your class. Just make your form good. Whatever one you're doing, don't let that lower back be like all lifted. Press it down. We're almost done here. 10 seconds. In 4, 3, 2, and relax. Reach to opposite arms. Reach your arms and legs as long as you can, opposite length of the room. I don't know what I was trying to say there, but you get my point. Get some extension. So just reach, arms and legs, get long, get lean. Stretch it all out. We just did all this crunchy crunch stuff. Let's get some extension. We're going to stretch, cool it down. I think next class, next week, I'm going to do a little bit more glute activation work, maybe some bridges, maybe some fire hydrants. We did not do that today. We did our chair pose though, so we got our glutes in. Bring the knees to the chest. Let's stretch it out. Let's just start to cool it down. Hug those knees in. Rock the knees side to side. Just stretch. Just relax. Focus on your breath. Inhale through the nose. Exhale it out through the mouth. Let that left leg go long. Shake it out. We are relaxing, letting our body just cool down. Nice circles with the ankles and the toes. I really, really, really think it's important for people to work on a lot of that like foot and ankle mobility. That's your base of support, right? Keep those feet healthy, happy. Maybe make some little hip circles. If there's any other stretches that feel good, or you're like, oh, I really like when I do my whatever pose, do it now. This is your chance, right? Bring that knee across your body with the left hand, reaching across. Find that angle that just feels like a good stretch for you, right? You're getting a good stretch in your hips, your glutes, maybe lower back. Open that right arm out. Find that angle that just feels good. Relax into it. Inhale through the nose, exhale it out through the mouth. Neck is relaxed, jaw is relaxed. Shake the head out. We are almost done with class. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. You should get notifications when class is live. I have replays up in the core class playlist. I also have just an entire core strength playlist. Lots of ideas, lots of stuff we did today. Come back to center, figure 4 stretch. And again, if you have questions or comments or whatever, let me know. Things you want me to do more of or less of. Reach through for thread the needle if that's available to you. If you like this deeper hip stretch, I love this stretch. You can also come into pigeon pose, which is more face down position. Roll the shoulders out. Again, release all that tension. Let the head be relaxed, nice and relaxed. A lot of times we have so much tension in our neck and shoulders, we don't even realize it, right? Until you kind of start to relax, you're like, oh, wow, my neck is so tense. And just breathe. We'll finish up with the other side, and then we're done. Last breath here. Unwrap that right leg, shake it out, hug that left knee into the chest. Maybe make some ankle circles, maybe make some hip circles. Just getting some nice movement. Joints need movement. That's how you nourish the joints, is movement. Keeps them healthy and supple. Bring that knee across your body. Stretch it out. Again, find the position. Your stretch may look different than mine, right? You may have your knee lower, higher, totally okay. Just like your squat is gonna probably look different than mine. We are all built differently. So you do what is best for your body. Again, not going into pain, just trying to find that nice little stretchy position that just feels really good. On the hips, on the back, on the glutes. Hold it here a little bit longer. Last few breaths here. Come back to center, figure 4 stretch. Reach through. Thread the needle if you want. We are almost done. 30 minutes, man, it just flies by, doesn't it? Got a lot in. Last few breaths here. Again, neck is relaxed. Inhale through the nose. Exhale out through the mouth. Let all that stress go. Fully exhale all the breath out. One more time. Fully exhale. When you're ready, unwrap that left leg. Let the knees rock side to side. Windshield wiper the knees side to side. We're going to make our way into seated, and that's it for today. Roll onto your side. Come up into seated. Finish off with me one seated stretch, and then that's it. Sitting however you feel comfortable. Join me next week, Friday, live streaming class. Subscribe to the channel for more info. Inhale, reach up to the sky. We are almost done, guys. We made it. Exhale it out one more time. Inhale, reach, tall spine, good posture. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale it out. That's it for today. Thank you guys so much for coming. My name is Dara, and I will hopefully see you next time. Thank you for coming. I appreciate you all. See you next time.